Hey everybody, and welcome to TPG's World. It is the 21st of November 2017, and guess what? I am officially off for 5 days. I am so excited. It is now Thanksgiving break, and I have so much to do. I want to try to get behind me decorated up for the holidays. I want to try to get my house cleaned up and get it in order so I can get it decorated and done up for the holidays. I gotta get ready for Thanksgiving. I gotta help my dad decorate his yard because my dad has decorated his yard many, many years, and sometimes I think it looks like the house on Christmas Vacation, but I've always loved it. But anyway, I wanted to talk a few minutes in this video about what I do for a living. As many of you know, I work in a school. I work in a school with four other adults, in a classroom, I should say, with four other adults. And I've worked in special ed with special needs children going on almost 5 years. And I've worked mostly with autistic children. But this year, or last year, in January of last year, I was sent to work in a classroom for the severe and profound. It's grades kindergarten through 5th grade. And it's very rewarding, and I love what I do. There's 4 adults that work in the classroom with us, and we have a total of 9 students. We have 5 in wheelchairs, 2 on feeding tubes, and none potty trained. So it is a really long day for us. A lot of times we have to get these kids off the bus. We have to get them fed breakfast and lunch. Their food has to be specially prepared. We have to feed them. We have to change their diapers 2, 3, 4 times a day. We have to insert feeding tubes. We have to be trained in all types of stuff to do this job, and it is a very hard job at times. Now, granted, I love it. I love it because there's so much love in that room. We have to have a lot of love in our hearts for these children. Last year, I had a young child that I discovered loved music, and she and I got together and we would sing, and I would sing Girls Just Want to Have Fun, and she would dance and bop her little head in her wheelchair, and it was the cutest thing ever. And I would play the video by Cyndi Lauper, and she would just get all excited, make noises, and bop her head, and then I would take her hair and I would tie it up like Ariana Grande and let it go down, and she would shake that ponytail, and it was the greatest thing. And we had an awards banquet last year in her graduation ceremony because she graduated to junior high school, and she and I performed together, and I sang Girls Just Want to Have Fun, and she did her little head bop, and it was the cutest, sweetest thing. It brought tears to my eyes. And I love these kids with all my heart and soul, but I've gone through some crazy things too have happened to me in this. For instance, the last couple of weeks I have been working with a behavior case. One of our students, we have 2 students in our class actually who are a little on the rough side at times. And the little boy I'm currently working one-on-one with mostly is he likes to hit a lot for attention. And on Halloween day, Halloween, we went to a party and he punched me in the nose twice, bloodied my nose twice. He's broken my glasses. You can't see them really well on film, but the lenses are broke towards the top. He has bent them and twisted them. The other day, when I was trying to help him to the restroom, he yanked them off with one hand and punched me in the eye with the other hand. So it's a lot of crazy things. It actually made a little bit of my eye was black for a day or so, hence why I didn't make a video. I didn't want you to think I'd been beat up in real life or something, but it's crazy. And so some days I just leave there and I go, oh my gosh, I'm so tired, I'm so worn out. And sometimes everybody's always like, TPG, you look so tired. Well, that's why. It's rough, and that's why a lot of times during the week I don't do a whole lot. I'll come home and I'll sit in my room and I'll catch up with you guys' videos and just kind of take a chill pill and be like, oh my gosh, I just need a break sometimes. So that's why I look so forward sometimes to these breaks. However, I love these kids. I wouldn't trade them for all of the money in the world. I wouldn't trade not one single one of these children because they're my heart, they're my soul, and you learn so much about yourself through these children. When my mom passed away in April of this past April, she passed away during spring break, and when I returned on Monday, there was a really crazy vibe in the classroom. All of the kids, just like the ones that walked, came up and just threw their arms around me and hugged me. And the little girl I was referring to, when she got there that day, she just took my hand and squeezed it as hard as she could. It was almost like these kids knew that I really needed that from them. So I receive so much love, and I'm so blessed every day, and I thank God every single night. But like today, one of our students, he went off, and he was just having a really bad day, and we were trying to diaper him, and he is repeatedly kicking us in the face. I mean, as hard as he can with sneakers on, just punching us in the face, kicking and kicking, kicking. And the other hand, he's hitting the other adult in the face as hard as he can with his closed fist, and we're having to switch off and hold him down. And he kicked me so hard in my mouth that my tooth has been knocked loose. It's actually right here. You guys see it? It's knocked loose, and it's coming out any day now. And the dentist says that the tooth is going to come out, and there's nothing they can do, so I will soon be without a tooth, which is going to suck really, really bad, because the school's not going to pay for it, because we sign a contract saying that this is what we get ourselves into when we go into this kind of profession. And so therefore they're not going to pay for me to have a tooth unless maybe it's possibly knocked out during school. So I now have to raise the money to get a new tooth once this one falls out, and the dentist says it will be any day now, because he repeatedly kicked me in the face. It has been a rough, long day. My back has been pulled out many times from students pulling us to the ground and stuff like that. And it's not every day like that. Don't think it's every day it's like that, because some days it's just wonderful. Some days it's fun. We play music, we dance, we teach them the alphabet. You know, we make turkeys for Thanksgiving. We make all kinds of things for different holidays and stuff like that. Excuse me, that's Princess Waffles. She's messing with my lights there. So, you know, we make all kinds of things, and we have a fun day. And some of our kids, none of them are verbal, none of them speak, so we have to teach them cards, and we are learning sign language for them and stuff like that. So it is a rewarding job, and I've worked what I call shit jobs my whole life, being a waiter or being a bartender, to where people just don't appreciate you. So to work at a job where people actually depend on you and need you and really care about you is one of the greatest experiences of my life. The rough part of it is just part of the job. You know, there are days when I've come home. The other day, my roommate could tell you if he was able to ever get on YouTube, that the other day I couldn't even walk. My leg was out, one whole side of my body, my back had been pulled out. It was rough. I'd take ibuprofen, lay on the couch for a long time, and just kind of chill. So, you know, that's my job, and that's what I love about it. I believe that when I was at my roughest point in life, when my brother passed away and I had fallen into a really deep, dark hole, I prayed that I would find my place in life, and I was offered this job, and I took it, and I didn't know anything about what I was getting myself into. And when Miss Waffles, let's do her. I'm sorry, guys. When I took the job and I went to class the first day, I realized that that's where I was intended to be, to work with these special needs children. And my life is blessed every single day. We take them to the Special Olympics and all the wonderful, wonderful things that we do with these kids. And see, I have kids that couldn't do things last year that can do them now, you know, that can tie their shoes, and things that we have worked on and taught them so much. And it just, as a teacher and as a person, it just makes you so excited to see what these kids are capable of doing. But I just want everybody to understand that sometimes when I look really tired or I don't see myself, it's just because I've probably had a really rough day. And I don't want to get on here every single day and be like, oh, my day was shitty, my day was crappy, because it's not always that way. But I just had not really talked a lot about my job. But at the same time, I wouldn't, she is giving her mama hell. I wouldn't trade my life for anything with these kids. I wouldn't, guys. I would never want to go back doing what I did before, being a bartender or being a waiter. It doesn't pay a whole lot here in South Carolina, unfortunately, to do what I do. So the money is not always as good as it could be. And a lot of people say, oh, it's not worth what we go through. To me, it is, because I love being able to touch these kids' lives. I love being able to read stories to these kids. I love being able to pick up our microphone in the class and, you know, tell funny jokes and make them laugh. And I have nicknames for each one of them. And, you know, I love that part of my job I do. But when you're sitting there today and you're just getting drilled and you're getting, you know, kicked in the face repeatedly, and your glasses have flown off and your head is throbbing and it's pounding, and like, you're just like, what am I doing? And then the other day, when the other little boy, when he pulled my glass and punched me in the face. I mean, he's hit me so many times in one day that I've come home with just headaches or migraines. So it's rough, guys. Understand that, but also please understand that I do love my job. I love it with all my heart and soul, and I love each one of these kids. I think about them all the time. Like, I'll worry about them for the next 5 days, wondering if they're okay, how they're doing, making sure they're eating, and I have them for 7.5 hours of my day, so they're a big part of my life. I miss them during the summer, and when I see them out in public, it just makes me smile, and they reach for me, and one of my little boys, he learned my last name, and he calls me by that. When he sees me out in public, this is a little boy that's not in this class, but my class before, and he'll holler my last name, and he'll just run up and hug me, and it's one of the greatest feelings in the whole wide world to go through that, and to see that, and that part of, oh gosh, there's not words that can express the joy I feel when I see these kids just, laugh, and like working with that little girl last year. Girls just want to have fun playing, and seeing her laughing and the smile on her face as she's bopping her ponytail that I've put in her hair, and just bopping it along like this, and just having the most fun. And she would play the air guitar, and we would just have the most fun doing that. It was, oh my gosh, it's the highlight of my day. But then days like today, today was rough, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I got in my car and I lit up a cigarette, and I was like, Lord, I'm hurting so bad. I mean, my face is sore from just being kicked as hard as I could be over and over and over again. So yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to touch base with you guys, kind of explain a little bit about what I do for a living. Thank you guys so much for watching my videos, and I'm gonna go live maybe a couple times during my days off. I'm gonna go live and talk to y'all and all that kind of stuff. So if you have any questions for me, leave them in the comments below. Feel free to email me at any time or write to me. My contact info is always in the description box. And other than that, you guys have a great day. Have a wonderful holiday. Happy Thanksgiving. But I'll do a video before Thanksgiving. But if you don't see any of my videos before Thanksgiving, you have a happy Thanksgiving. Make sure you check out my merchandise. The link is below. I love you guys. Remember to be the best you can be. Because that's the thing, is when I was so down and out in my luck and my depression, working with these kids have made me the best I can be, and that is a great reward. So you always be the best you can be. Take whatever situation you can find and make it better. And always remember, hating is a disease, and some folks need to get well soon. And I mailed a bunch of get well cards yesterday, so I hope these haters just stop. Anyway, guys, I love you. See you later. Peace out.